Evening all, and welcome back to episode 9 of Kerbal Space Program Kerbalism. The last episode saw Alicia and Bob Kerman unfortunately marooned on Minmus. With no hope of rescue, their supplies quickly run out, and they will unfortunately perish within the next few hours. However, the aircraft does contain science. Does have things we need to continue our mission, so a rescue must be made. Sadly, not for the Kerbals, but for the science that is stored on board. With this in mind, our Kerbal engineers have come up with the Minmus Express 2. The names are becoming more and more inventive as they go. Yes, this is a much larger craft. I say much larger. It's got an extra fuel tank here. It's got a few tweaks and changes. We have an extra food container for making sure we don't die. We have extra oxygen containers in here, and we also have a Geiger counter that I misstepped last time. This means we can collect more science on the surface of Minmus. Anyway, we need crew. Bill Kerman, as fantastic as you are, you cannot single-handedly fly, retrieve science and return. Plus, my track record with the original 4 not going down so well at the moment. So, who shall we get? We need a pilot. Gracie Kerman, the most courageous of all the Kerbals I have seen so far. You shall be our new pilot. Congratulations, Gracie. We also need a scientist. Trithis? No, I'm not recruiting you. Your name is too hard to think about. We have a Kimmy. Gilodi. Doodlo. You are courageous and stupid. Ah, the perfect mix. Yes, Doodlo, welcome to the team. So with all our final checks complete, let's go back to Minmus. Now, between the last episode and this one, I did in fact try a rescue mission to take a ship out there with 2 pilots on board the Minmus Express and bring it back. However, because I have updated Kerbalism in between the last episode and this one, there's a lovely bug that causes the electricity and food and oxygen to all become not a number and crash the game constantly. So, instead, we're going to have to go, rescue the science, and then destroy the craft. We also have a new mod installed. We have 2 new mods, in fact. The first one, we have the Kerbal attachment system with the Kerbal inventory system. It allows you to do modifications on the fly, I suppose would be the best idea of it. It has a winch which you can attach to a craft and then tow other ones around. Also allows you to link 2 vehicles together with fuel lines, so rather than having to dock a mobile fuel station that's on the moon or Minmus, you could just land near it and link the cables together. The other mod I have installed is Kerbal Alarm Clock. I've got this because I thought, well, soon we'll be looking at going to Duna or other planets, and it would be nice to know when the transfer windows come up. Also useful for if we have a craft flying off, we can just set an alarm and then come back and do something else, rather than having to watch it like I did last time. And here we are, almost 3 hours into the mission, and we've just received the warning that the Minmus Express's batteries are running out. Of course, with her being on Minmus, eventually she's going to end up on the dark side, and the batteries aren't good enough to run for the entire night. So unfortunately, Alicia and Bob are either going to freeze to death before they start to death, or maybe suffocate. Not a nice way to go. I am really sorry. 3 hours 46, and there is no more oxygen left on the Minmus Express. It would appear they are going to suffocate to death. Quite possibly one of the worst ways to die. And at the 3 hour 53 mark, Alicia and Bob Kerman have suffocated to death. They have moved on, no doubt greeted by Valentina and Jeb in that great big ice cream and snack bowl in the sky. They shall never be forgotten, and their sacrifice shall not be in vain. We shall retrieve the science. We shall indeed. And here we are, finally caught by Minmus's gravity. We can begin to enter orbit and look for a nice landing place. Stage is gone. Down to our final stage. Still plenty of fuel, only little is needed to return. We should be good. And here we are, in an orbit. 19 to 32, not a bad orbit. We do need to change its eccentricity though. We need to get higher so we can land near the Express. So, just adjusting my orbit. I don't particularly want to land on the dark side of Minmus. I'd much rather land sort of here as the sun is rising, just to make sure that our two brave new Kerbals don't suffer the same fate on their first pass. That would not be good for them. Not at all. Now this should be good. If we lower our periaps down, bring it somewhere near the surface here. By the time we get round there, by the time Minmus has revolved around, here we are. We should be, hopefully, landing somewhere close to the correct site. May have to adjust our orbit as we get round there slightly, because there are mountains and we don't want to hit them. They're not very good for your health. I think we're okay. I think we're going to clear them. A little bit dark here. Oh, in fact, no. We are not going to clear them. We are very clearly going to hit that mountain. Don't want to be doing that. So, let's raise ourselves up again. We are. And in fact, we want to probably be stopping about now if we can. The lander's down there. It's only 12 kilometers away. So we want to be heading that sort of direction, I think. Well, we're heading in the right sort of way, a little bit fast, but let's get over there. And more braking. Now, I've got no way to transfer the fuel out of the Minmus Express, unfortunately. It'd be very useful if I did. Good. Fill up on everything, but alas, I cannot. So let's kill some of our vertical speed, horizontal speed. Sorry, not vertical. Vertical is up and down. We want some of that still. And let's. Set the Minmus Express as our target. There we are, we're heading roughly the right direction. Get a little bit closer again. It's still a long way to go, still two and a bit kilometers up. Trying to keep our prograde pointing towards the correct marker. I want to try and land as close as possible. Make life much easier for transferring things around. And we should also deploy the landing gear. I'm not sure if you can see any of this. It is dark here, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. Attempting a morning or a daytime landing, but I didn't get that right. I can add that to the long list of things I don't get right with this game. The top of which of being Kerbal survivability. Still fairly far out at the moment. We are coming down very quickly. Wrong button. Wrong button. Well, that was... The ground snuck up on me a little bit quicker than I expected, and we stopped 4.6 meters away from our target. All in all, not bad at all. Now, how far away is sunrise? I think quite a way yet. I'm not entirely sure how, but our electric charge is in fact increasing. Oh, apparently our solar panels are in direct sunlight. Well, they're some very unique solar panels. Let's speed up time. Or the sunrise. There we are. A proper sunrise. Well, I think we can leave the Minmus Express here. There's no need to destroy it or do anything else with it other than leave it as a silent reminder how badly things can go. Ay. Well, how badly things can go indeed. an exploding strut sent poor Doodlo Kerman flying, bouncing along the surface of Minmus. I'm unable to stop him at the moment. Gotta wait for him to come to a halt. It takes a while in this very low gravity. You okay, Doodlo? Are you with us? You seem okay. I think you're alright. What did you think of that? You feel like a superhero? Yes, you can. You can be a superhero here. Just watch out for those nasty strut monsters that seem to want to play Flinger Kerbal. Not quite sure what happened there actually. We touched it and it exploded. I did mention about the wonderful nutter number bug that this craft suffers with. Possibly it suffers with some other dangerous things. I do hope it doesn't explode when we touch it. That would not be good. Would not be good at all. So, brave young Doodlo. Collect the data. Yes, collect it. Open the service bays. I'm not sure if you hang on to the side that you can actually reach any of the experiments in here. No, it would appear not. Shame. Oh, we have to do this. Oh, this will be interesting. How will I collect the science? From here, let's be nice and gentle again. Up. Collect data. Yes. Well done, Doodlo. Well done indeed. Now don't touch anything. Oh no, that's the wrong one. We want to take the data. There we are. Data taken. Oof. And again, up we go. Need a first person mode. Oh, that's rocking. Wouldn't want it to fall that way. Take the data from the too hot container. Well done. Now, up again. Well done. Take the data from there, and also take the data from there. There we are. We have everything. Let us return to our own safe. Oh, can't be. So we've got some experiments doubled up. That doesn't really matter. Now let's do the experiments for ourselves. Mystery goo. You observe the goo. Very descriptive. Pressure of Minmus and the temperature of Minmus, as well as the radiation levels of Minmus. Holy cow, these results are amazing! Aha! I believe we already have a crew report from Minmus, but let's do that again. Now we need to get home. It is a shame because there's fuel in there. There's quite a bit of fuel in there. Can't do anything with it. I've got no way of transferring it. The Kerbal attachment system does have a way of transferring fuel between pods, but I haven't unlocked it yet. We haven't got to that part of the research tree. Also, I'm not sure whether attaching it to there would cause catastrophic failure. Well, let's just leave. Let's say farewell and leave a landmark. A monument would be a better term for that. A monument to those fallen. You reached Minmus. Sadly, I let you down, and you should now remain here forever. We shall never forget you. Well, we need some height and some speed to enter orbit around Minmus again. $30 should be okay. I think actually if we keep firing this way we would leave the orbit in the correct orientation. If memory serves correctly, you want to leave against the way the object is orbiting to get closer to the planet. So, because Minmus is orbiting anti-clockwise, round and round, we want to point our ship clockwise, essentially, and fire that way, against the flow of the object. So, firing here would mean our orbit would come out that way, which is what we want. So let's point ourselves roughly 90 degrees, fire the engine, and we're going to come out the bottom because we're obviously not on the equator. Ah, there we are. Now, yeah, that's lowering. And that's increasing. Okay, so we want to... We will be travelling that way. But let's leave the influence of Minmus. Farewell, Minmus. It has been... It's certainly been something. Crossing over. Back into Kerbin's sphere of influence. There we are. Now, I'm not sure how much food we have on board. We haven't used a great deal. We've been out here for 17 days. Our orbital time is 32 days. No, it's not. Our orbital period is 42 days. Having not done the calculations properly, I'm not really willing to risk anything at the moment. We have fuel. Let us use it. Point ourselves retrograde. And fire the engines. Bring our peri-ups down. Something a little more manageable. We're not burning fuel very quickly, so... Oh, there was a counter with the moon there. Gravity assists and things like that I have absolutely no idea about. I don't know which way round you're supposed to get to an object in order to slow yourself down or speed yourself up. So many things to learn. But we'll get there. We'll get there in the end. We'll be performing manoeuvres like we'll be making them up. That's what we'll be doing. There we are, 50 kilometers. Now, let's position the craft so getting plenty of light on our panels. There we are. And let's drop down into Kerbin's atmosphere. I'm going to use the engines to slow us down again, because I don't want to be going round and round and round and round. So let's do that. And I actually want to go above the point slightly to raise our peri up low. I don't know. I think possibly fire inside it. Oh, there we are. There's the heat. So let's fire the engine straight away, because it probably will explode. This time I have remembered a heat shield. We have one in there. Still feel this is going to take a few error braking manoeuvres. Our landing gear is getting warm. That's not really surprising. And there's the fuel gone. We're still dropping. We're going to come down to 47 kilometers with a 700, 600. Don't think we'll be caught in the atmosphere this round, but I would think certainly next time. And there we are, 2 orbits later, some very deep error braking. We're going to come down, not in the ocean as predicted, but possibly in the mountains. Not sure. We're definitely coming down. Something is getting hot. Our food container is starting to feel the heat. Now, I do not want that to break. That would sever the craft in 2 and cause a lot of problems. It's beginning to cool down. There we are. I wonder if that was due being pulled to one side again. I did just notice that. Still haven't figured out what does that? What causes the craft to be pulled one way? Here we are. We're through. We're through the thick part. We're slowing down sufficiently. Yeah. See, with that SAS, we pulled to one side again. Rotate the craft around. Do we still pull to that? It's definitely something in the craft. Something is... Maybe the command pod is asymmetrical on weight. It just drags to one side. I don't know why. Science... possibly if this one, the science container, that would certainly weigh more than the other experiments. There we are. Back safely on Kerbin. And that return, the science from the Minmus Express and the Minmus Express 2 has brought us an extra 482.5 science. That's 654 in total now. That's certainly going to give us a major boost. And you recovered 3,000 funds. Didn't actually look at any contracts to see if we had any further there. But Gracie, our brave new pilot, and Doodlo, our brave new scientist, they have achieved level 1. What new wonderful joyous things can we unlock? We have smaller, tiny little engines, some construction, and the winch. The winch could be useful, but the winch is only really useful with that there, the connector port. The connector port can be attached to another craft. The winch can come along and you attach it to the port, and that allows you to drag them around. Also allows you to transfer fuel. Essentially makes them one vehicle. Strut connectors, they're good as well. They can obviously strengthen your ship whilst you're at about. Very good for stations. Build a station and then strut it up afterwards. Plane pieces could become useful, but all of these we can't do. All of them require us to upgrade the research centre. So let's a ghetto blaster. Well, the Kerbal inventory system apparently adds some other things. Randomness. Lights would be good. Let's unlock everything in this tier. Advances in material science have led to improved something. I didn't get to read that actually. Oscar, yes. There you go. We could do one of these. Perhaps. More monovalent, more science and solar panels. Useful for building stations. Getting very close to orbital stations. I could see that being something quite explosives. Well. A big oxygen tank. UVA fuel. Big food container. Yes. German's taco. More command modules. These are the sort of things we should have unlocked ready for the moon. I think storage bay 2.5, a larger one. Yes, there are many things we can unlock. I won't bore you with everything there. I think our next step is most definitely the moon. Raiding that would make us broke. Can't really do that. Yes, our next step shall be the moon. That will have to wait until next time. We will get round to it, I assure you. It's been delayed for almost a week now. I am very sorry, but I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you again soon, and as always, have fun.